Hello everyone, today we're gonna delve into Rogue Genesia. If you ever played Vampire Survivor, this game is gonna be familiar to you. If not, well, it's a game that's here to give you the satisfaction of playing an endgame Path of Exile build without the knowledge, the know-how, or the grind, but the building part is still there. Rogue Genesia is a roguelite. Your goal is to kill and die. Every run is a fresh start. Kill stuff, level up, grab upgrades, and try to not to die. Progress far enough and you carry upgrades and unlock account wide and use those advantages to push harder in the game. It's fairly simple. I've sunk quite a few hours in Rogue Genesia, and even with my progress I'm still far from full completion, as I still have characters to unlock and achievements to complete. In Rogue Genesia, we take the role of Rogue, a knight, and that is as far as the story goes because I don't think there is one. But maybe I just conditioned my brain to ignore story in ARPG and Roguelite in general. Combat is the meat of the game and I'm not into bones. The gameplay is divided in two primary modes, Rogue and Survival. At the start you will be playing Rogue to unlock stuff and get more familiar. Eventually you will unlock extra challenges which are tied to the difficulty of a specific level and will grant you additional rewards. At this moment there are 8 playable classes, each one brings to the table something different, except one which I think is just a joke that the developer made about FPS problems in certain situations, as you can see on the screen right now. Every class brings some benefits and downsides. Some of the avatars are also unique. For example, the Summoner, our Tentacle Boy, primary method of combat is, well, summons. It's very fun, however, to unlock it you need to progress far enough in the campaign, but do not worry, it doesn't take that long, maybe a couple of hours of gaming. The Gunslinger is also another very interesting class. It doesn't use magic or the usual medieval crap that Rogue uses, but instead uses guns and can switch between them. And let me tell you, it plays very different than other classes. Regardless if you want to swing a sword, blast with guns, or summon a group of minions to do your bidding. Do you want to go full turtle and stack defense, then nerf those defenses and convert them in damage, so you can stay still and T-pose over mobs? Yes, you can. Do you want to invest in attack speed and projectiles to create a bullet hell on the screen? Yes, you can. There are several routes you can take, and this game rewards creativity even if your build is not the best, as long as you can cobble together something that is fun to you. That's the point. The variety in builds and switching classes is what will keep this game alive, because it doesn't have a lot of bosses sadly. I counted 5. In survival mode, bosses will spawn on set intervals of 10 minutes, unless I counted wrong, which, considering it's me, that's highly possible. To unlock certain power-ups and weapons you will have to meet hard requirements. Luckily the game tells you how, or at least points you in the right direction. You are awarded with blue stuff, soul points, or whatever they are, that you can use in the soul store that becomes active before the run. These bonuses are permanent. There is also an easy free respec for the shop, so you don't have to be afraid to mess around with it. The rogue mode is lifted from Slay the Spire. You open the map, choose the node to pick, and it can either be a vendor, an anvil to upgrade skills, a meditation in the forest, or another type of event. Gold is used from the shops to buy power-ups in the forms of either direct power-ups or random cards. Visually, Rogue Genesia has this crispy pixel art style. Think Vampire Survivors but with a little more polish. My only complaint is that the music doesn't have a lot of variety and gets old pretty fast, so you can just blast something in the back and ignore it. Overall, this is the only minor complaint I have over this game. The boss fights truly shine in survival. They are gonna be a bit spongy, but then again it all depends how many store upgrades you have and if RNG was kind to you with cards. And well, your build. The bosses follow a pattern that is easy to learn. The Goblin Shaman is my favorite because it's a teleport bullet hell. My least favorite is the Necromancer because it keeps sliding away from me. The game respects your time, however, you don't have quotas to fill and you should not become extra salty until you go in challenges, and some of them can be nasty. In the campaign the objectives are fairly fast to bring down. Most of the time it's just to kill X number of enemies or survive for a minute or so, which is good because otherwise doing the campaign will take forever. Also, you can unlock a quick mode in the campaign that is meant to shorten the time taken without depriving you of too much strength. I suggest you to take that one. Rogue Genesia is a solid roguelite. Everything in there just clicks. Hordes of mobs, satisfying powers, melting and causing mobs to explode, which are the core essences of a roguelite, are all well done. If you are into this type of shit, you will find yourself with a nice game. There are also times, however, when you will feel incredibly weak. and struggle just to kill a single mob, but then suddenly when you get the right power up, you turn into a rampaging monster. And I really like the sudden shift of power. The reverse can also happen. Pick the wrong upgrade and your build can instantly be destroyed, so be careful. Clearly, stacking critical strike and picking a power up that prevents you from critically hitting enemies can be counterproductive if you don't have a plan. Is Rogue Genesia worth it? Well, my final thoughts, or in essence the end section of any YouTube video. This game is worth it for the price, yes, but only if you like roguelites. If you have no interest in experimenting with different builds, you will not find a lot of mileage over here. Also, we hope they continue development and introduce more stuff in the game naturally. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. Catch you in the next video, see you!